Good morning, everybody. It's Michelle with Live Life Whimsically. Here on my channel, we give commentary on YouTube channels, religion, comedy, real estate, among other things. Really whimsical. Yet that's all you really need to think about, whatever pops into my head. I love to talk about other content creators. I love to talk about all kinds of stuff, whatever pops into my head, which, like today, if you've read the title, you can see. Sometimes I just drink and talk about what's happening in my own life. As always, please do your own research. Don't take anything I say as fact. All content streamed falls under fair use. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. And please give me a comment about how you feel about this topic today. So, what I wanted to talk about was, hold on, I'm trying to get my chat up. Okay. Was all I want for Christmas is ridiculous beauty standards to change. When you have an eating disorder and body dysmorphia, the holiday season can be freaking brutal. And for me in particular, I am having a rough time this year. My birthday is in 3 days. The holidays, it seems like we traveled at the 1st of November to visit friends and family up north. And of course, when you're vacating, you end up eating things that you wouldn't normally eat. At least I wouldn't normally eat. I'm not shaming anybody for how they live their life. I lost a whole bunch of weight and I've pretty much kept it all off, except for about 10 or 15 pounds and for the last 6 years. But I struggle with worrying about what's going to happen if I gain the weight back. Part of it is health related, and part of it is vanity. I'm just gonna say, I worry about how I look, and that's because part of what I said I would like for Christmas is to have ridiculous beauty standards be, you know, changed, that people would realize that throwing filters on and, sharing pictures of yourself that aren't accurate. I mean, we all want to put our best pictures up, right? I'm not going to lie and say I don't want to do that. But I think that if we embraced the change in people's lives and the evolution of us, growing older and whatever, it would make things easier for people that have mental illnesses like myself. And I have struggled with mental health for my entire life, even at some points not knowing that that's what was happening to me. But as you go through therapy and you realize that when you see people that are showing, like beauty influencers and even celebrities showing pictures of themselves that are retouched, like there's no dimples or cellulite or anything on them, and they're people are running to have plastic surgery done at the first sign of aging. I mean, I'm looking at girls that are in their 20s and 30s getting Botox and fillers, and I'm thinking, why are you doing this to yourself? And then just think of what it does for other people. And that's because we've normalized women in particular not changing in their evolution of their lives. And it's hard. It's really hard. And even with people that struggle with weight and their own body image problems, when another person, they ask a question and then a person comes in and gives the answer for how they feel. I danced around a person that asked about this, a heavier person saying, why don't you want to have my body? I danced around that post on social media for the last few days, not knowing if I should answer, because though I don't find myself thin, I am not obese either. And so I didn't know how my reaction to that post would be taken. And so I danced around it. It kept showing up, and I finally decided that I was going to say, the thing that scares me the most was when I was heavy was that I had diabetes and I had kidney failure from that diabetes. And I really don't want to be sick again. And I don't want to cut my life short because I can't tolerate carbs or sugar. And so you're in this really weird catch 22 situation of what do you say. You don't want to be offensive to somebody when they ask a question like that, but you want to be honest and tell the truth about how you feel about your weight or aging or whatever else is happening to you. Last year when I turned 60, that was a real tough year for me. I had a hard time grappling with that age. This year I'm turning 61. It's not freaking me out nearly as bad as 60 did. I don't know why, but it's just not. But what is bugging me is this shit with my diet and what I'm eating. I go to bed at night and I have a ritual that I do, which is completely about my body dysmorphia and my eating disorder. My eating disorder, I tell my friend Belora, who comes on here with me, we'll be out here tonight talking about cultural appropriation. But I tell my friend that I'm not even good enough at my eating disorder to be disciplined enough to not eat. My eating disorder makes me feel guilty so that I get in my bed at night, do my ritual of checking my body. Particularly around my hips, I feel, is it fatter? Is it thinner? What's happening? And your body daily changes. Like you could have 5 pounds on you one day and it could be gone the next. It's strange what happens. You know, I try to mostly eat consciously. I understand that not everybody can eat the way that I do. I do very low carb and very high protein, and but basically I still have an eating disorder because I'll cram crap in my head even when I'm not hungry. And sometimes that's because the people that I love, that I live with, want dinner, where if I was living alone, I probably would eat one time a day and that would be it. But when you're cooking for somebody else and you love food, it's really hard to not sit down and eat the stuff that you're cooking for somebody else. And yeah, I could probably look at the people that I love and say that I'm not interested in making dinner at night. If you want something, you're going to have to do that. Or maybe change the way that I do things and cook one day a week so that I can have all those meals ready. They're packaged and ready for my people and myself if I feel like I want to eat to grab out of the freezer and throw in the microwave. But whatever, I need to come up with a plan because I can tell you that what I'm doing right now, though it's keeping me relatively in the same place that I've been for the 5, 6, 7 years that I've been doing it, it's not all it's not like it was before. I gotten down to 129 pounds. I know I'm closer to 145, maybe even 150 right now, and it's bugging the crap out of me. And it's even making me want to cry right now because I'm disappointed in myself and I'm terrified and I can't control it. And you know, I've said it a million times when other addictions, and I'm not lessening anybody's struggle with drugs and alcohol, but dude, your dealer is not on every street corner. They're just not. Your addiction isn't something that's centered around every kind of gathering that you are invited to. If it's a birthday party, a Christmas party, a picnic, a family reunion, whatever it is, food is always there. It's just not something that you can escape, you know? And so it's hard to come to grips with all of the holiday stuff and all of the the centering around food, and then the ridiculous things you see as far as commercials go for all of that stuff. You don't see obese people sitting around that Christmas table. You don't really even see very often, unless it is a Christmas holiday and they're trying to show something, elderly people. You don't everything is between 25 and 35, and then suddenly none of the people matter. It's thin people, none of the people matter. You don't see people of color, you don't see disabled people. Like, there is not a true representation of what the planet actually looks like. So you, even though inside of your head can tell yourself after fucking 4 years of therapy that this isn't really how it is, it's still hard to grapple with the diminishing value of who you are based on your age, your weight, your beauty standard. So all I really want for Christmas is for people to love people based on what's inside of them and not on what the exterior package looks like. I just don't want to feel like I'm fading into something because of my age. I want to feel relevant because I am. You know, being on the planet for 7 decades actually gives you a lot of insight into why things are the way they are, and we have something to offer. I don't know, what else to say except for that if you didn't share the videos of ridiculous influencers and their dumb beauty standards, and if you made people who don't feel like they belong, you made them feel like they did or that they were important or that they were valued, that might go a long way into changing the way things are. I know we have bigger fish to fry in the world than this ridiculous rant I'm on right now, but there are people that are really struggling right now. Collectively, you can sort of feel it, right? And the planet, you can sort of feel that people are struggling. So, you know, Christmas isn't about how much money you spend. It's about gathering with people that you love. My entire life, for the most part, I've been rejected by people that were supposed to be my family. And then when you add all this stuff that I'm experiencing right now, it just makes you feel worse. A smile to a stranger, checking on your loved ones when you can sense that somebody's struggling. Just be kind. In the last 2 years, I've had people tell me they couldn't be my friend because their other friend didn't like me. Maybe that was an excuse, but that was fucking horrible. I'm still struggling with that. I've been told I've done things I don't remember doing and not given any context to those things. Your words matter. You hurt people. And all of that, when you have a mental illness, gets amplified. So, anyway, that's all I want for Christmas. Belora and I will see you tonight at 7:30. Have a good evening. See ya.